I'm with my homie Bradley McQueen right here. Hammer on the lake. I always say that just to, you see him grinning. He's like, I know it, but I'm trying to be humble. I like busting his balls. But what we're gonna talk about, so tell me, the shad spawn's kind of an interesting thing, and we're going into it right now. What is the shad spawn, Bradley?
On Lake Okeechobee, there's, an outside line of Kissimmee grass, and the shad just, they get bunched up in it, and they do their little spawning deal, and the bass love it because they like to come in there and eat them.
Yeah, dude, because there's tons, like you'll see balls of bait all up on the grass. It usually happens, in my experience, and I'm a little more OG Okeechobee, so I think things maybe have changed, but it's kind of at the same time as the brim spawn, but usually sort of follows that first or second wave of bass spawning, right? It's a little after April, May, maybe into June if you're lucky, kind of thing. So baits-wise, you kind of like this OG thing that you got right here. It's a ninja spin. Why do you think this one kind of performs a little better than, your standard, say, War Eagle spinnerbait or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, I always threw, a spinnerbait for, shad spawn fish, but these willow leaf blades, they just seem to come through that Kissimmee grass a little better, and you can get a little bit more chime out of it, and that blade clinking and clacking, that seems to be the ticket.
I think too, like it's an inline A-rig, right? You know, so all these look like the little bait, because one of the biggest challenges with the shad spawn is a lot of them are small, they're not these like big freaking threadfin shad or anything like that. They're little like fingerling shad, and this actually ends up looking like a school of fish. The other thing that's kind of interesting, I don't know if you know this because you are a little younger guy, but Mike Sermon actually designed this, and he designed it specifically for Lake Okeechobee, and that's where those tomahawk blades, they're actually meant to come through the grass better. For some reason, they don't get clung up as much. But I did notice you're throwing this thing on braid, which I think a lot of people would be like, why? So why are you throwing it on braid?
Honestly, just to pull it through that grass in the Kissimmee grass better. I mean, people throw it on fluoro, and I do in open water, but when I'm around that grass and heavy cover, I like to,
Because they get in there.
Oh,
like if you're looking at these Kissimmee grass beds, like there's things flicking, and then all of a sudden, and most guys will throw like a popping frog or something like that, so they don't always see a spinnerbait like in there, like in the grass, and you can burn it through. I noticed too, I rarely throw like a trailer on a chatterbait trailer. On a spinnerbait, like that's like 1994, 95 thing. You have an OG trailer on there. Why basically?
Just to give it a little something, like it makes the bait a little longer, and I think they, they come up and they see these little two tangs, and they
munch them. Are you snapping it a little bit to like make that dance a little, or are you just burning it?
I'm burning it right across the Kissimmee grass.
Do you think, is that a half ounce?
Yep, half ounce.
Do you think that actually floats it up maybe a little bit more? Because you're only fishing 3-4 feet of water, right?
Yeah, I mean, the half ounce seems to keep it down in the grass, and still get those bites.
That's true, otherwise it comes up and gets caught,
But yeah.
Interesting. So if you're out there fishing a shad spawn, even if it's not a Lake Okeechobee, I know in like Gunnersville, all these kind of like southern southeast lakes, we see that shad spawn April, May, June, sometimes into the summer a little bit in those low light periods. That's the absolute key though. Low light, early morning, late afternoon, cloudy days. But go check out my boy Bradley. He's got a YouTube channel. Where can they find you?
Bradley McQueen Fishing.
Go catch some shad spawn fish on the old Ninja Spin.